talk about how you go about building an entrepreneurial team and why you would want to build one. As an entrepreneur, when I first started out, I thought I could do anything. I basically thought I was Superman. I could come up with, I could answer the challenge for any problem. Most of us are like that as entrepreneurs. But at some point, I realized that I couldn't do everything myself. I was not an island unto myself, and I needed support. I needed a team. And as a business owner, entrepreneur, at some point, all of us are going to come to that realization. Now, we're going to look at how you go about putting together an entrepreneurial team to help your business. Now, there's a big difference between running your own business and working for somebody else. You've got to manage all of the various aspects of your business, and good management is going to be the key to your business success. In the early days, of course, as I said, we as young entrepreneurs, we try to do everything. The buck stops with us. We're doing everything. We're the president of the company. We're the janitor in the evening. We may be doing our own accounting, marketing, whole 9 yards. But eventually, a good manager will realize that you just can't do everything. You can't do everything yourself. And at that point, as I said, you're going to need to form a strong management team. So that's what we want to talk about in the time that we have, forming a strong management team. Now, when we think about a management team, we probably just think that about folks that are working for us, but the management team can consist of many different types of people. As managers, in our companies, we may have employees and other key persons, such as our board of directors and those on the management staff that provide the general direction for our company. That's very common. One person may be in charge of accounting, another person may be in charge of marketing and customer service. All the while, you as the business owner may be the general manager or president of the company. We also have our board of directors that can serve as advisors and provide strategic direction for our company. These are mainstays in small businesses. We can also have our informal advisors, or kitchen cabinet, as you will. And these informal advisors serve as a network, a sounding board, if you will, for our business. And they may not actually be part of the actual internal management team. They're more an external group, and they can come from existing entrepreneurs that you may talk to and bounce things off to, mentors that you may have, or even some clients to advise you on different areas. And so you have that informal or kitchen cabinet group that serves to provide you a sounding board. And last but not least, we have professional advisors, and these groups of people typically are folks that have functional area expertise. We may have to pay for their advice. Maybe we need some accounting help, so we may call in and bring in a CPA to help us with our accounting experts, our accounting, taxes, payroll, that kind of thing. We may need some insurance, particular type of insurance for our business, be it key man or liability insurance, property casualty insurance. We may bring in an insurance broker or agency to advise us on specifically what we need given the current status of our company. So we have those professional advisors that all come into play as part of our overall management team. Now, what do we look for? What do we look for when we think about our management team? What are some of the characteristics of the management team? If in moving to the next chart, we see some of those. You've got to have folks that are capable to help you to secure the resources that you need to help your business succeed. That's very important. Whether they're part of your internal management team or some external advisors that you may have brought in on board, but you need the right set of people to help you in securing everything from funding to equipment and what have you for your business to be a success. Also, a strong management team will help reassure potential investors about their investment in the continuity of your business. If maybe, for example, I've got as part of my management team a well-known person from the community who is highly thought of as a financial advisor, and they're part of my management team, and I have maybe angel investors that have placed money into my business, they're going to feel a lot better seeing that individual with a strong financial background and who's well known in the community and whose opinion and advice is sought after, if that type of person is on my team. So that's going to be a plus for me. And you also need diversity of talent. You shouldn't just be kind of one-sided, limited. The more diversity you have in terms of capability and talent on your management team, the better off you are, the stronger your team is. So these are just some key characteristics of a strong management team for you to consider as you put your team together. Now, as we're building the management team and we look at the structure of it, we find that one, it requires a combination of education and experience to fit the nature of the business that you're operating. So you've got to have the education and experience. Second, a second key is you got to have a balance of skills and competencies in functional areas, whether it's accounting, marketing, customer service. If you're doing engineering, you need that particular functional discipline, the expertise in that. But you need to cover all your bases. You need to cover your bases in the various functional areas of your company. That's to your advantage. Also, going to the next chart, you need to design an internal management structure that lays out all the relationships and responsibilities. Everybody on your management team needs to know what their role is specifically. It needs to be defined. So there'll be no confusion. That would limit some of the potential overlap. So it needs to be expressed and explained to where everybody that's part of the management team understands what their role is. You can use outside professional support to supplement your management team with expertise that you don't have. Outsourcing is very common, and smart managers and business owners will do that. And also you can use the strength of your board of directors if you've got an active board of directors and they're not just a board that's there in name only and just for show, but they're an active and valued member of the team. Their advice is sought after, their advice is respected, their advice is used. So your board of directors can provide great counsel and guidance as part of your management team as well. Now, when we look at management team selection, the selection of your management team starts with the of a detailed job description. This description is going to communicate, with you as the business owner, manager of the company, what your expectations are for the job performance of those folks on the management team. So you need to, one, create an exhaustive list of job tasks and prioritize. You need to divide those into 3 categories: the critical task, the routine task, and the occasional task. And you need to try to limit the job description to 1 page. Again, this job description will give you a tool to use to evaluate how members of your management team are performing. This is going to be very important in assessing what you need to do going forward. So you can't just place the team, get the team, and put them in place, and you're done. Your work is done. You've got to assess. You've got to lay out the description, the responsibilities of what they're doing, and then you got to assess how they're performing based on that description. Now, in doing the selection, you want to make sure that you carefully screen potential members of your management team using things like employment applications and interviews. And if something doesn't feel right, go with your instinct, because you know whether these persons are going to fit on your team. So don't turn your back on your gut instinct. And go with what you feel is going to be right for your company. In closing, let me say that as an entrepreneur, and again, I've been one for the last 20 years, you need the support of a team of trusted individuals on who you can count on to advise you, teach you, and assist you. This is going to be the key to the success of your company.